What is going on, guys? Rewinds here, and in this video I am going to be bringing you guys some chapter number 17. It is that time of the month. So in this video we are going to be going over some bullet point spoilers that I've gotten so far. Unfortunately, as of the making of this video, we have not received any scans yet of the actual chapter. So far we just have a little bit of info of what's to come. But later on, when some of those scans come out and they get translated, I'll probably make a full spoilers video covering both a little bit of the scans as well as the actual main points of the chapter in its entirety. So hopefully later on today for that. But as of right now, shout out to Howl for posting some of the little info I have right now. And first things first, this is the Boruto cover on V-Jump. So I thought this was pretty cool to share. So it looks pretty cool. Shout out to Ikimoto for that. For the actual spoilers, we have the information that Boruto chapter 17 is going to be titled Child of the Beast. And we have Araya and Yodo on the cover of this month's chapter. So we got the two teammates of Shinki on the cover for the color page. And the title is Child of the Beast, so that makes you wonder what it's referring to. It could perhaps be referring to Ryu, maybe, because referring to child of... I guess I could see it for Gaara, maybe. I don't know. It could also be Shinju related to, like, Jura, maybe, because Jura is part of this chapter as well. Not really sure. If you guys have an idea, feel free to guess. But my guess as of right now is either it's referring to Ryu or Jura at the moment. Unless someone else has some crazy detail this chapter I haven't seen yet. But big point over here, actually, very, very big point, is that Kashin Koji tells Boruto not to join this fight this time no matter what, or Jura will appear and definitely kill him this time. So this pretty much rules Boruto out of this fight. I feel like unless something extreme happens, maybe he sees, someone really close to him about to die, and he does step in and then Jura steps in. But if that happens, Boruto will meet his end. Kashin Koji, as we know, have seen all these possibilities. So it's very likely that Boruto will meet his end if he interferes in this battle. I think this is a good writing way, by the way, also to put him out, because this way a lot of the other side characters will get some shine. But the fact that he's saying no matter what does scare me a little bit, because that could mean someone's either going to get really badly injured or someone is going to die. So we'll get more to that later, but I'm going to cut over to another translator's page, and there will be a bunch of bullet point spoilers that we're going to go over. Alright, transitioning over to my boy Felix. Shout out to him for translating some of these text spoilers we're going to be going over. So we have two parts to these, and pretty much some of it is, what we just talked about, but there is going to be some new stuff. Araya and Yodo on the color page. As we know, Damon wants to fight Jura to prove himself as the absolute strongest. That is kind of hype to hear, because so many people will be talking about Damon and be talking about, oh, Damon's the strongest, oh, Jura would beat him. They always go back and forth about it online, and I feel like this would be a genuinely interesting matchup to see. But me personally, I think I'm banking on Jura to somehow win this, but Damon's abilities are OP, so I wonder how Jura would get through that. So, who knows? But really exciting stuff if that matchup does happen. Boruto is with Kashin Koji in their hideout. Jura is paying for the books that we saw in the preview spoiler of him visiting Konoha with money. So my question is, how did Jura get money, though? Does anybody have a guess for that? Did Jura rob, like, Konoha's bank or something? What do we think happened here? Because how did this guy get money? Another big point, Matsuri is blushing when Konohamaru is around. So that means the sand arc has begun in the regards of the fight, or at least them appearing in front of them, because Matsuri is blushing when Konohamaru is around. So it, in a way, it confirms to, or at least it hints at that Moegi likes Konohamaru maybe. But Matsuri blushing around Konohamaru is something they can definitely use to their advantage. Sarada is thinking in the meantime about her conversation with Sumire about her hugging Boruto, and Mitsuki can see it's bothering her. So another big point, because if Sarada's head is not in the game, that can definitely cause them to lose or a mistake to happen, and that might be part of what Kashin Koji might be expecting. You never know. And I also think it's interesting that Mitsuki can see that it's bothering her. So does that mean Sarada went and told Mitsuki about what just happened while they were on their way to this mission? Or does Mitsuki just see, hey, something's wrong with her? Kawaki confronts Amado and pins him to the wall at the end of the chapter. So Kawaki, 99% likely, is getting these limiters removed right when the next chapter starts, I believe. And this is exactly how I expected Kawaki to approach Amado. I'm not surprised that he pulled up on him like this and, is threatening him. So I feel like Boruto perhaps being ruled out of this whole fight could perhaps be also setting up a big opportunity for Kawaki to pull up. I mean, Boruto can pull up to that scene so fast, and Kawaki has the ability to fly. So Kawaki should be able to hypothetically get there with his limiters removed a lot quicker than what the regular travel time is. So there's a chance Kawaki pulls up to this fight, I feel. Kashin Koji tells Ada that he wants to know what's happening in the sand. But she says, what about Bug? So Kashin Koji's trying to get information, but Ada seems to be worried about Bug, because the Bug Shinju was able to peer at her last time as she was looking into that scene. But in this case, I don't think it would be that big of a deal, because the Bug Shinju is not present, at least not at the moment. So maybe Ida can look in. So we do have one more part to the spoilers, and that is part 2 of this, and that'll pretty much be it for these early spoilers. So Kashin Koji says that Bug is at the hideout right now, so she doesn't have to worry about being seen by him. So that confirms that, so Ada can use her abilities without too much of a worry. Kashin Koji is talking with Boruto about how everything is going well and how they have managed to divide them. So it's going to Kashin Koji and Boruto's plan in the regard that they're divided. Jura's in Konoha, Bug is at the hideout, and then those two are in the sand or near the sand, right next to the whole, Gara site where the stuff happened, where Matsuri, took him down, and Shinki had to seal him. So Konohamaru is drawing Matsuri's attention, while Sarada and the other 3 are going to finish off Ryu. So this is something where I feel like it's smart writing in a way for them to use Konohamaru in this sense to just keep Matsuri busy, because Matsuri clearly likes him, and Matsuri also wants to devour him for her target. So I feel like the others going after Ryu might be the move. Initially, I thought that Mitsuki and Yodo and Araya would take on Ryu, and then it would be Sarada and Konohamaru versus Matsuri. But seems like this is smarter, because you're putting Sarada over there too, while Konohamaru is pretty much drawing attention for the meantime. So Boruto asks, how high are the chances of failure? And Kashin Koji responds to this by telling him to stay here no matter what happens, because if he joins them, Jura will appear and he will kill him this time for sure. And he says same for Himawari as well. So that is pretty bad to hear from Kashin Koji, because Boruto's guaranteed to death, and it sounds like Himawari too if Boruto steps in here. So Boruto's going to probably have to watch something really tough here. Kashin Koji tells Boruto that he can't afford to lose him. So this is interesting that he says he can't afford to lose him, because what if that hints that Kashin Koji also has some sort of objective he wants to get to? I mean, we know Kashin Koji, of course, wants to hypothetically lead the future down. Him saying that does make you start thinking how important Boruto is to Kashin Koji in the grand scheme of things as well. And I think the last bit we have here is Konohamaru talked with Shikamaru probably beforehand, and I guess the plan is it's pretty much about their plan, which is to distract Matsuri and how they can save Moegi with Thorn Soul. So that seems to be Konohamaru's big objective here, that he wants to save Moegi, of course. I mean, that makes sense, especially with how close he is to Moegi. You know, they've been childhood friends for a long time, so that makes sense why he would want to do that. So it makes perfect sense that he would be involved with whatever battle part they're going to have with her. And I feel like as for them taking down Ryu, it's still going to be very tough, but Yoro and Araya had to be included in that, and I think Mitsuki makes sense because it's the Chunin exam rematch. It'll just be interesting to see now what kind of role Sarada plays, and if they're able to take down Ryu, will they be able to take down Matsuri, and will anyone else pull up to this fight? Will Kawaki show up to this fight? Will perhaps, I don't know, well, we know Boruto likely won't, because Boruto is pretty much set to be killed, but maybe Boruto's gonna defy that anyway if he sees something really bad happening. But I could see Kawaki pulling up, and I could see Jura pulling up. And depending on which one of the two it is, it could end up a lot better than what it's going, or it could end up really, really bad. So we'll see what route they go on. But as of right now, these are pretty much the main bullet points of what's to come in this chapter. And I feel like going into this chapter, I was expecting a little bit of action to have gotten started, but I feel like I'm pretty content with what this chapter has based off these early bullet points for the summary, because a lot of planning is still going on, but a lot of the plot seems like it's moving forward. We have Kashin Koji out here giving Boruto a warning, pretty much talking about how they divided them, which is good, but you can't interfere. We have Kawaki pulling up on Amado. We have Konohamaru devising a plan with Shikamaru, and then that plan also being revealed with how he's going to handle Matsuri while the others handle Ryu. And on top of that, we also got like the whole interaction of Kashin Koji and Ada. That was also an addition. So all in all, I feel like a lot of stuff did happen for what feels like another setup chapter. And next month should really be when it does get crazy, I feel. So I'll be looking forward to that. But if you guys are interested in a full spoiler or a full summary kind of video where I talk a little bit more about some of the scans posted as well as the actual full spoilers once it's all translated, definitely be sure to subscribe to my channel. But that's going to wrap up this one. If you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day or night whenever you guys are watching this video. I'm Rewinds, and I'm out.